Hey, namaste, beautiful goddesses. Welcome, bliss babes. Welcome, wise women. How are you doing? Let me know in the chat that you can hear me. Say hi, and say hi not just to me, but to the whole community. I'm just cleaning off my glasses because I think I'm going to need them. All right, let's see. And getting ready for today's topic. So, yeah, say hi in the chat. Goddesses, there is a slight delay. There's like a 15-second delay between when you type something on YouTube in the chat and when it hits where I can see it. So actually, let me go up to comments. Welcome. Actually, I'm going to close some tabs. All right. And it is saying I am live. Again, let me know in the chat. Welcome. Hello. Hi, Michaela. Jervinska Valorian, and Meetab TV. Hello. All right, this is not going to be one of those endless live streams. All right, not that I do that, but some people do that. Actually, and I was going to put on my mala beads. So how are you guys doing today? Did you have a good week? Are you ready for the upcoming week? So today I will be talking about a few signs that you can know if your Ajna Chakra is awakening. Okay. So let me know if you're interested in this chakra, AJNA, sometimes pronounced Ajna. So let me know, are you interested in the third eye chakra? Is that one that you're paying attention to? I have my chamomile tea here that I am drinking. I'm finding chamomile is really, really good for me. So Applesauce Queen, welcome. Hello, hello. So we will be talking about Ajna Chakra, the third eye chakra, up between the eyebrows in the center of the head. So here, but then in midbrain. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about. So get a cup of tea. And I will be taking your questions. And I just want to say also last time, I had a couple of super chats. Super chats and super stickers are a way where you can like buy a coffee, though I don't drink coffee. Okay, but buy me an herbal tea, people. It's like a way to support the channel. And if you do a super chat or a super sticker, then your question will pop up and will get answered, unless you ask me like the meaning of life or something like that, which I may not be able to answer in a short time or at all. Me Top TV. Okay, loving the third eye. I'm doing candle work and sunrise watching to awaken my Ajna chakra. Let me know why you want to awaken this chakra. Let's talk about that. Let's just dive in. Why do you want to awaken this particular chakra? Now, some of you may not. You're just like watching, and I understand that, and that's fine. But let me know why, those of you who are interested in Agnya Chakra, why? What is it that you want from it, right? So let me know in the chat. I'm going to have another sip of my chamomile and let any friends know that there's a live stream they might be interested in. If they're spiritual, let them know. And right now we have 11 folks with us. So welcoming again, Michaela Dravinska. Say hello in the chat if you didn't already. Mia Top TV, Applesauce Queen. I love that name. Amaya, welcome Amaya. Okay, what are you interested in about this chakra? That'll help me sort of with what I'm going to say. And I also really want to understand, my audience, because remember, you're seeing me, but I don't know that much about you, like at all. That much. I know like nothing. I know nothing about you. That's not true. YouTube gives me an age range. The channel is primarily women, and that's because I'm constantly chasing the guys away. They want to watch, and I'm like, the channel is for women. Okay, so I'm going to read some of your comments. I love going live, by the way. It's so much fun. Unless, of course, something random happens, and then I'll take that back. So Mia Tab is working on his, like, see, and again, your picture is like this tiny, you guys. Let's see. Looking to enhance intuition. Okay, got it. That's a good reason. That's a very reasonable, good reason to prepare for any incoming situations. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you want that clear seeing, right? That ability to, like, if you're about to hit an iceberg, I don't know, guys. I always have Titanic. Just excuse me. I always have Titanic metaphors. The iceberg is coming. You want to be the one who sees the iceberg, right? Not right before it's going to hit. I totally hear you. I do. Let's see. Exactly what Mia Top said. Looking to enhance my intuition. Good, good. Fuldo Lin. Fudo? I've never heard of that chakra. What? Okay. Never heard of that chakra. You guys remember now, I'm of the generation that I actually like kind of grew up with Prince. And there was one of his last sort of cover art for an album or whatever was the glasses, the round glasses, and then the third eye here had its own lens. I thought that was so cool and just so funny, so witty. So the third eye, again, right here, up between the eyebrows, is the physical location. But then in the midbrain, it is linked with the pineal gland. Okay. Now, I am not a strongly theoretical person. I care about the practical. So what does that mean? I feel like a lot of us, we've heard, oh, I know about the chakras. What does that mean? Again, that's like saying, I know about sex, but you've like either never had it or you have like bad sex. Okay. So knowing about the chakras, reading a chart does not mean you have real understanding of them because they're that deep. Okay. So I love that you're sharing that it's about your intuition because that's a really positive reason to be interested in this chakra. So let me tell you the first way that you will know that Ajna Chakra is awakening. Okay, you ready for it? Oh, no, and that's fine. That's fine. Applesauce Queen says, I do dream work, so clarity and understanding of my abilities and the true nature of my spirit. Okay, is why you're interested in it. Is that right, Applesauce Queen? Okay. Yeah, let me know. So yes, the first way is you will have very often some pain or throbbing, like not throughout your whole head, but like right here. It's very specific, you guys. You will feel like pain, like I said, but right in that space of the third eye, which actually my me is catching a highlight very much. You'll get pain, throbbing, but it's very specific here. So it's not back of the head. It's not side of the head. It is right here. Okay. Throbbing, pulsing, pain. It's not going to be continuous. It might come and go. So especially if you are doing meditations, focus there. That's the first way you'll know that Ajna Chakra is awakening. Let me know in the chat if you have had that. I would love to know. So that's the first way. Okay, more tea, more tea. I'm taking care of myself while I go live. So there are 13 folks. Hey, we're talking about Ajna Chakra, Agnya Chakra. Let me know why you're interested in it. What do you want to gain by working with the chakras? Because I want to understand that, like what your reasons are. So again, the first way that you know that the chakra is awakening is that, and that means the kundalini shakti is at that area. It's gotten through all the other chakras. Pain, throbbing at the third eye. Okay, so that's the first way. And let's see, so more comments. Hey, namaste, bliss babes, wise women. So the bliss babes are younger. I'm like, okay, I like bliss babes. I think that's the younger audience. And the wise women are the more mature, age-wise audience, right? So coming together here. So welcome to both groups. Okay, I feel tingling there like a swirl. Exactly. And this tends to happen if you, Fuldo Lin, you said you've never heard of that chakra, but you feel tingling there. Okay, that's interesting. So that is confusing. You've never heard of it. How have you known about the chakra? Did you know another name, Fuldo Lin? Because you say you've never heard of it, and then later, oh, okay, I wasn't familiar with the term. Yeah, Ajna. Okay, third eye, yes, is the English translation, or Ajna, Ajna, or Agnya is kind of the more proper pronunciation. Agnya Chakra. We're close, right? So yeah, I want to learn to trust myself more. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So a tingling, a swirling sensation. That's the first way. I'm going to go right into the second way, which is really related, of course. And you guys, I was trying to make notes and I didn't write everything down necessarily, but I'm going to give you the main ways. The second way is that you will start to see flashes of light. Okay. So when you, especially if you focus up at the third eye chakra, eyes are closed, and hopefully the room is a little bit dark. It doesn't have to be pitch black, but a darkened room is better. Like low light, right? And so you will see flashes of light, which is pretty cool. So the flashes of light, this chakra has to do with light and clear seeing, clear visioning. And so a thing just to kind of clarify that more is that you may even think, okay, so if say you're in a sunny room and you're meditating, you may think that, like a bird flew by or like the clouds shifted because you see, like, you're like, whoa, something's going on. And what's interesting is when you check and you're like, okay, wait, no, it's just as sunny as it was, or you realize that it wasn't an external thing, but that you really are seeing inner light. So you might see colors, you might see blue or green or whatever flashing like with your eyes closed when you look up. And again, it's not like somebody passes their hand in front of you and you see that through your eyelids. That's not what I mean. You're literally seeing like light sort of going off. Okay, so that's the second way. Welcome if you're just joining me live. We're talking about the third eye chakra, which is a very sort of a chakra of the 7 major ones that people are really interested in. So let me know. The folks have already, who've been here early, have shared some thoughts already. I'd love to, if you're just joining, love to hear more. Okay. I want to also, because I feel like some in my audience might get scared, and you're probably not in my audience if you're scared. Everybody has chakras. It's like everybody, again, typically, right, is born with a liver, born with kidneys, has fingers. It doesn't matter your race, your gender, if you're skinny or if you're fat, if you're short or tall. We have them. They are these subtle energy centers within the physical body. So if you cut somebody, you're not going to see a chakra. It's like a metaphysical, it's energetic, in the same way that you don't see wind, right? So you don't see wind, but how do you know the wind is blowing? You'll see the leaves moving, right? Or you'll see a flag blowing. The wind itself is invisible, but you see signs of it. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. So everyone has chakras, okay? Everyone has chakras. It is beyond any specific religion because, like I said, it's like having ears. It's different sort of energetic realms that govern different areas of our body, of our mind, and of our spirit. Okay, so I've given you 2 ways that Ajna is awakening: flashes of light, pain throbbing. And the other main way, and there may be more that come up, but then I want to take your questions. The main other way is your intuition starts to get better. Now, this is measurable. This isn't just like, oh, I think my intuition is better. You may see someone and you just have a flash about them. You have an understanding about them that you had no other way of knowing. Okay, does that make sense? It's the morning and you just have a sense that what's going to happen later that day. Things like that. So clairvoyance specifically, which is like clear seeing, but it's just knowing. Your intuition gets very sharp. You know things in advance. You have a hunch, you have a feeling, and it turns out to be so, like factually so. Okay. So the intuition will get sharper because that is the sort of the action of this chakra is clear seeing and also command. And I'll talk more about that a little bit, but I'm going to stop and read your comment. So leave a comment in the chat, and I'm just going to read a couple of them now and then jump back into the topic. Yes. Okay. I see things all the time. Feelings are images for me. Okay. That's interesting. Feelings are images. Can you share more specifically what you mean? Like if you feel a certain way, you'll see a specific image. Will it be abstract? Will it be like something in real life, like a real life image, or will it be a design? I'd be interested to know. Jovinska says, yes, I see that often when I close my eyes. Sometimes it frightens me and I open my eyes quickly to see what it was. Exactly. Exactly, Jovinska. Yeah. You're like, okay, I really think something just flashed in front of me, like something, maybe a car was going by, right? And the headlight like caught the sun and it like, through your window and you're like, oh, that was it. And it wasn't it. Yeah. Exactly. I opened my eyes quickly to see what it was, only to find out there's really anything going on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Javinska. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Exactly. Exactly. And again, if you're in like a darkened room, nothing, there was no light outside in the room. It's like the light sort of awakening. Okay. So yeah, exactly, exactly. Let me read one more. Freeform. Welcome, Freeform. I've experienced the light flashes at night while eyes closed doing movement meditation. It felt like a spotlight was following me. Uh-huh. If you see it here in the third eye. Yeah. Yeah. So awesome. So, you know, most people, hello, yeah, hello. Most people have some level of intuition. It is something many people believe can be trained. I'm one of those people. I do think these are our natural abilities. I do believe that. I just think the same way that some people, like from when I was a little kid, you guys, I could just draw realistically, not like when I was a little kid, but like 12, 13, I could just draw. It was easy for me to paint. I could mix colors. So some people come in with more skill in an area, right? There's some kids, you put them at the piano and they're like, they can hear it and they start playing. Like it's a gift. But I believe that everyone can develop gifts to certain levels. But I do think some people are like, is it Usain Bolt, right? His name is Bolt. Some people, he just, some you come in with some abilities, some people do, and they're different. Certainly have some abilities I don't have. I can't do certain things, right? So, but I believe we can all develop abilities. So yes, welcome. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the third eye chakra. Share in the chat where you're from, or if you have any interest in this particular chakra. Chakra means subtle energy center. It does have a profound effect on our body, our mind, our spirit, our thoughts, our various abilities, how we function in the world. Okay. So I want to hear from you. If you're just joining us, I see a couple more folks just coming in. You probably just got the notification. I apologize for not scheduling these much earlier. I really will try to do that more because I know more people would be watching, but I put it up like an hour ago and they'll catch it in the replay. So you're really lucky to be here live. All right. So I have super chats. Super chats are a way to just buy a creator coffee. You can donate like $5, $10. I've seen some probably gamers, I don't know, the gaming community, they get a little crazy. But I think last week someone gave like a $20 super chat, which was really nice. You're buying me coffee, you're supporting the channel. So I really appreciate that. And you will definitely get a shout out. So, and if you have a question and you super chat, you definitely come to the top because you're supporting the channel. So I'm just putting that out there. So definitely we have some folks who have put in the chat, they've definitely experienced the flashing lights. And again, you're not out in the sun, it's in a darkened room. You will see colors, yellow, blue, green, they'll be moving. So that's one of the signs that that chakra is awakening, okay? So don't be afraid. That's just, it's almost like the action of that chakra, okay? Hi, Natalie, from Georgia. Are you from Georgia or Georgia, the country? I'm really curious. And I know that's like, Georgia, the country. Yes, Georgia, the country, perhaps. Or are you from Georgia in the US? I'd love to know. So let me give you those are the main ways. Okay, so pain or throbbing at the third eye. Your intuition starts to become very sharp. And this can take years. Okay, I don't want you to think things are instantaneous. Or, it could happen maybe very quickly for you where you just have this awakening and you have this like, whoa, you start to know things. So it's not just knowing things about people, it's also seeing patterns. So that's another way. What do I mean by that? An ability to sort of understand what's happening in the world and to sort of see patterns of behavior, patterns of just patterns in society Does that make sense? Because you're like up in a helicopter where most people are down walking on the street. So they can't see like 50 miles away, right? But you're like up in the drone, and that drone vision, just made that up. That's really good. Drone vision for intuition. You're able to see way over here and over here. Okay. So that is part of that higher faculty. Yes. Newnan, Georgia. Okay, so you must mean in the South. That's still in, because Natalie sounds like a name that could be Georgian, could be from the country of Georgia. So that's why I was asking if you were from the country of Georgia or if you were from the South and the state of Georgia. So yeah, I'm still not clear because I don't know the town you mentioned. I don't think it's a big town. That's the sense. That's why I'm like giggling. Oh, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Great. Yes. I have not been to Tulsa. I have a friend who is in Tulsa now for a program, but I've never been to Tulsa. So that's Eugenia saying Tulsa. Yes. So Natalie, Noonan, Georgia. I'm assuming then you mean the state of Georgia, because yeah. It's so funny when I've seen even people in other parts of the world, they'll just be like, oh, I'm from blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but where is that? Because I'm in one part of the world, and so I don't necessarily know. Your dreams might become more vivid. These are some more maybe minor ways to know that the third eye chakra is awakening. You start to understand your dreams. Your dreams start to be like revelatory. They give you information. They make sense. They don't seem random anymore. So the dream world can get richer because that's all part of that visioning, that visualization. Okay. Oh, from Haiti. Okay. Yeah. She says yes. Okay, so it must be the state of Georgia. So welcome. Interestingly, I've heard that the country of Georgia, this is a complete aside, but I like to share with my audience stuff that I'm interested in and to just really be myself. So I'm actually not really interested in Georgia, the country, but interesting, quite a few Black expats are saying that Georgia, the folks in that country are actually very, very nice and very welcoming to visiting, African Americans specifically, I guess, who are expats. So I just interesting because yeah, I get people sometimes from Poland watching. I get people from all over the world, South Africa, Germany, and so on. So I like to know. But yeah, Georgia, the country, supposedly is actually has been a nice place for Black expats. And that could be another video, even though it's not my channel topic. So those are the main ways that you can know that your third eye chakra is awakening. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm just going to check and back on my channel page. So hang on one second. Let's see. Let me see if I got any. I don't want to miss any super chats or anything. Okay. And the super chats are in the bottom below the regular chat. You see a smiley face, and then there is a money sign. And you can either buy like a sticker or donate. And it's right below where you would type your question. So I'm just checking on YouTube that. And it also pops you up to the top. So you actually get some recognition that, oh, you got a super chat. Okay, I see a question from Freeform. Let me go back. I didn't see that question, Freeform. Hold on here. Why didn't I see your question before? Okay, because I just want to see how my software works, you guys. So hang on one second, because I saw when I went to YouTube, I saw it. Okay, Foldo, Freeform, Femme Fatale, welcome. Natalia, yeah, families from Haiti, yeah. Does medical cannabis impede the third eye? I wonder. That's a great question. It really is. And I will speculate, but this is not something that and a lot of people on YouTube will say things for certainty that they're not sure. But let me just think about, cannabis. Certainly things like you guys like ayahuasca. I have not done ayahuasca. And if I were going to, I would do it totally in context. Okay, let me be really clear. Meaning, I think, again, a lot of people in the West, we go to people's cultures and we think we understand something and we pull it out. I would not do that. I would go into the culture and do it traditionally. And I know a woman who is really lovely, came up through like the Buddhist tradition with me, and she is now, I think, taking trips like to Peru specifically to work with shamans there, who it's in their culture, they're trained in it and how to do it safely and how to make it spiritual, not just like a drug trip. Okay. I'm really adamant about that. I don't think it's right to sort of just like pull medicinals out of context, especially when they're very powerful. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we in the West, we're just like, oh, I'm just going to go do that. I'm going to do that. Treat it with respect is all I'm saying. Treat it with respect. So I would think more something like ayahuasca or mushrooms. You're getting into more of the third eye. I don't know that cannabis, I actually think cannabis could potentially dull, um, or be neutral, just from like just my sense of it. Okay. Others share, if share what you think about that question. Let me read the question again. It was a great question. Does medical cannabis impede the third eye chakra development? And as I said, I think if anything, it would be neutral or just sort of slow it down, because to me, it has more of a dulling or like a relaxing but dulling effect. Again, but now there's different, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? There's so many different types now. And honestly, you guys, I'm like, it has the TCH whatever and the I don't know. So like out of my wheelhouse. But my sense would be certainly things more like ayahuasca, um, things like mushrooms, things that are almost a little more psychedelic would be what would open up the third eye. But again, I'm not recommending anything. Okay. And as I said, me personally, if I were going to work with a sacred substance, I would do it within the culture. I would get support and do it within the ritual and that context. It just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. Let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Dull. Okay. Freeform says, yeah, dull. It's just, I mean, it's like relaxing. It's like, and that's good, but it's not like the third eye is like sharpening, right? It's like sharper. So dreams get clearer, your intuition gets really, really strong. Um, Pain and throbbing there. So don't panic if you feel that. That's definitely a fact. Often, also, a tip I can definitely give you is if you've done, say you do the meditation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you might feel the throbbing. It's not necessarily right away. It seems to take some time. You'll feel this like little discomfort. It's not excruciating, but you will feel throbbing. You will feel like a pain at the third eye if it's awakening. Okay. The flashes of light and intuition. Dreams could get clearer or more not prophetic. They could become prophetic, but just deeper, your dreams really start to speak to you. So let me read some more in the chat, share in the chat. Aya and Mushies. Wow. Okay. See? Okay. So wait, did you know you're the one who asked you have the same sense? Let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Aya and Mushies. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I have not done ayahuasca. I would like to. Mushrooms I have not done, but you'd think when I was in college, I went to art school, so you would have thought I would have done some mushrooms, some shrooms, but I didn't. I was brought up very strictly, and so I didn't do anything too far out there. Oh, I have been clean for a week, and my dreams have been amazing. Yes. When you say clean, well, let me keep reading. Okay. Clean from what? What did you stop? Because different substances affect us differently. Some can have a positive effect, some have a positive effect to a point, right? It's like, oh, I did this much. Okay. Then you start and it stops being beneficial, right? So be very honest and clear with yourself about that. Like, am I managing this or is this managing me? Okay. Kenya. Hi, Kenya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Kenya shares, I've done ayahuasca 3 times here in the US in Kentucky. Okay. The shaman Demiani is very experienced. Uh-huh. Wow, yes. Okay. And very healing and an eye opener in my own life. Beautiful. I don't know what the laws are. I really don't. Um, You would think I would feel that maybe like certain native peoples in terms of the law in the US. I'm just wondering. I really don't know. I'm curious as to what the laws are about ayahuasca. It seems to me and our government, especially substances that have a sort of a cultural, they weren't created in a lab. They have a cultural history and usage. I would think that they should be, allowable, but that's just me. Mhm. Oh, well, what is your question, Eugenia? And the super chat is right there. Um, yeah, no cannabis. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like again, I'm old school, so I'm thinking people who smoked pot, not when they had all the different medical types, right? I just feel like it can be a little dulling, but it depends on again where you're coming from. So this stuff is more subtle. What's your personality? What's your thought patterns? What's your energy? Right? Many people it's going to relax you and that's fine. But again, then if you do too much, it starts to become what I would call dulling. Dulling means you're starting to like lose some of your just your sharpness, your motivation and all of that. So that I really don't do substances because I think you can actually accomplish quite a lot without substances. And if I did something like ayahuasca, as I said, I would do it, yeah, with someone I trusted, with a shaman I trusted. And I would like to do it really in the context of the culture, not necessarily here in the US, unless there is like a community, that has a history with ayahuasca, for example. I would really prefer to go to Peru, for example, which is where I think that, like I said, my friend goes, I believe. And I've seen a little bit of it and it just looks beautiful. It's ceremonial, it's safe. They have done this with, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people. I like that. Yeah, I like things within that context. I think that's important. Oh, no kidding. Oh, I did not know that. Maybe if I can save this chat, I'll try to copy down this person's name. Um, okay. So within the context of a church. Okay. Yeah. And if they have training, they didn't just declare a church, which I hear you. It sounds like this person does. But yeah, welcome Silverhead Fitness. Everyone, check out Silverhead Fitness. Let's see. I think it can be trained too. We have gifts or powers, so to speak. And if you don't use them, you lose them. Exactly. Or you won't develop them. Yeah. It's like anything. I mean, technically, I'm left-handed. Okay, my brain is really wired differently, you guys. It really is. I was technically left-handed, but because I'm from the Caribbean at that time, the Caribbean, left, it was just considered bad. And there's a whole history to that. It's naturally left-handed, which I think points to a different sort of brain structure, brain wiring, I should say. And I always say nobody calls me till I'm doing like a live or recording. So I can't write left-handed now very well at all, but I mean, I still kind of can because it was trained out of me. I think historically, isn't it? They used to like either tie the hand behind the back, like there were like punishments if you were left-handed. Real quick point, I always like to bring this up. When I was in Italy, which is one of my favorite places, I just feel very connected to that land. um, I was asking directions. I didn't really speak Italian. And the person said something, sinistra. And I'm very like, yeah, I'm like, sinistra. Sinistra, that's interesting. Sounds like sinister. And in fact, left, like it has something to do with the word sinister because it was considered that bad to be left-handed. And I'm like, really, that's fascinating. So what they were telling me was go here, go, and then go left, sinistra. And I was like, oh, wow. It's fascinating language, right? And how beliefs are coded into language. We could really go deep into that. There are 14 of you here with me. Thank you so much. I'm keeping this relatively short. Thank you, Silverhead Fitness, for that. Thank you, Kenya, for sharing that person. And Freeform, it sounds like you have a lot of experience, working with different ways to open this chakra. Yeah. Depends on the strain. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that substances are a shortcut, except for, again, some substances like ayahuasca. I think it's important, you guys. I really believe this is not going to be popular. I think it's important to meditate regularly and to build yourself up spiritually because it's almost like diving off a cliff. And I think you need to start at a low level, 10 foot, go to 14 feet, go to 20 feet. I think that some substances, it's like you're immediately going to 50 feet and you're diving off. Okay. And I don't, that's just not an approach I would take. I don't think it's safe. And necessarily the best. So I think a lot of substances, since you guys brought it up, I did not intend to talk about, it can move you very quickly, right? It can open up, especially your upper chakras, Ajna and the crown chakra, very quickly. But I think it can also, for some people, be destabilizing. Okay. That's a fact where they can't integrate what they saw. They can't integrate the visions, right? And then in the West, we're like, oh, they're schizophrenic. Oh, they had like they had a break, right? Because our culture, unlike many other cultures, more traditional cultures, tribal cultures, they often had ways where if somebody had these experiences, they could kind of integrate it and help them. They could kind of keep them more safe, and they didn't necessarily label them as crazy. They saw it as a spiritual crisis. You know what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm saying, right? So in a lot of more traditional cultures, they would use a substance and they would know how to work with the person to integrate the visions they saw, right? The vastness that they connected with and how to kind of safely bring them back. So I hope this was really helpful. Yeah, someone wanted to do a super chat. If you had a question, go ahead and super chat me. I would love that. Definitely. Yeah, Fuldo Lynn says. I want to read where someone else said they were from. Hold on. Yeah, Eugenia, what? Go ahead and share. What is your question? What is your question? Yeah, go ahead and type it in. And if you want to leave it a little more general, I can tell you if I think it is off topic. And yes, it seems just too easy. Jervinska says, I don't necessarily believe in substances. I must say, it just seems too easy. I know that maybe, you're like me. I'm like, you can do this the hard way or the easy way. They always say that in movies, right? Which way do you want to do it? So let's see. I would like to achieve spiritual love by inner power and development. Yes. Part of the reason I say that too is what if you don't have the substance, right? What if you don't have the mushroom or you don't have the ayahuasca or you're not in a place where ayahuasca would be appropriate? It's better if you have built up your inner strength. So Javinska, I totally agree with you. I think that they could be an adjunct. I don't think they should be the primary way in our modern times also. I think that's also it. I mean, come on, most of us don't live in an environment that's conducive to like doing substances in a safe way. You have to get up and go to work. You got to get in the car. It's just, that's what I'm saying. It's all contextual. If you live in a beautiful, quieter environment, you have that support to do certain things, then that's different, right? Historically, you guys, yogis did move away from the world because they were doing such intense practices, intense meditation. They might have been doing intense yoga postures. They didn't mix with other people because they needed that peace. It's not just peace. Other people's energy can disturb yours. Okay. Again, give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes in the comments if you know what I'm saying, if you feel what I'm saying. So if you want to really do these things more intensely, you need a lifestyle that allows that. You can't just be like in your regular house, in your apartment. You got to go to work in the morning, and you're like doing stuff. Real spiritual growth, especially if you really want to go deep, your lifestyle has to accommodate. So I'm really glad whoever brought that up or whoever led me to that, that's really important. Your lifestyle has to work with what you want to do. And that's my fear with YouTube, you guys, with sharing some of the stuff on YouTube is that you may not be like this, but I feel like some people just want things quick. Someone, I'll tell you, something's got my eye. Someone recently is asking me about what type of fast should they do. Now think about this. I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't know this person. They're asking me if they should do a dry fast. They may be watching, but think about this. A dry fast means no water, no food. Is that appropriate for me or anyone, even a medical doctor, a naturopath? No, we would not say that because, and I wrote this to the person, okay, because I am a caring person. I don't want to just put out BS and be like, oh, yeah, yeah, do a fast. This person could be diabetic. I don't know. They just wrote me a comment. They could have an unknown heart condition. They could have, they could have a chronic illness. Why would I tell someone, oh yeah, do a dry fast? And they're writing me and asking me that. So what I'm saying to you is you have to do things safely. You have to look at the context of your life. Yes, you could just do a consult with me. I can talk to you about certain things. Michaela, yes, yes. Are the results you get from substances and other tools sustainable? Army, Neverland, that's a great question also. That's a great question. I think that's my fear of using substances, right? Because I'm just thinking of a friend's husband here, and this was years ago. I think he did mushrooms. He had this a beautiful experience. It was a good experience for him. But did it change his life? No. No. Did it in fact, yeah, it didn't. I don't want to say it made his life worse, but it's like he knew there was this transcendent awareness. He saw it. He had this beautiful experience, you guys, but he was still, I would say, depressed, was still dealing with, I also could see some drinking issues, right? Within the range of normal, but kind of on the heavy side. So all I'm sharing with you is, yes, that's a great question. I don't think it's sustainable. I think when you get these certain highs that are induced by substances, unless you've done the spiritual practices, you don't hold that awareness. It fades away. It's like smoke. It's like, oh, what was that? 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a year later, you can barely remember what happened to you. So that's a great question, Army Neverland. Yeah. I don't think it's sustainable unless you've done unless you're that strong yourself within. So you guys check out this is my website. I do want to talk to you about this. I do have my chakra course is enrolling right now. And I go through each of the chakras, okay, in depth in a practical way. So I give different practices for every single chakra, different journal practices, different meditations. There's video, there's audio. And what my course has that no other course has that I have seen, I have sort of the activation points, I'm calling them. They are the meridian points that link to the specific chakras. Okay. So that, honestly, that's what folks have been telling me has been the most powerful thing for them. All right. And that is over at my website. Check it out because I am closing the enrollment in a few days. Okay. It is an investment. It's a paid course. I've put a lot of work into it. It's a beautiful course. And it also has a live component, not like this, not public on YouTube, live with me and a small group. So check it out. It's perfect if you're a light worker, healer, you want to integrate more of the chakras into your life. You want to heal yourself, like heal thyself, because you want to help heal and support others. So that's at my website, which is intheflowofmagic.com. Let me just, I'm going to look at a couple more comments. I'll probably go for maybe about 10 more minutes. And yeah, now I used to have really long eyelashes and now they're like medium long, but one is in my eye. So if I start like blinking excessively, that's what's happening. Oh God, this is why going live, you guys, is crazy. I watch a guy who goes live for 3 hours and he takes bathroom breaks. He just like puts on this video or something and he's like, I got to take a bio break. And he like runs off, so that's why I got to keep mine short. Okay. Do you have Venmo? No, I do PayPal. But head on over to my site. I think I have a contact form there. Yeah. But really, seriously consider the chakra course. As I said, it's an investment, but if you are any sort of healer, therapist, or whatever, it would be a write-off. And you will grow tremendously because I give you specific practices to do step by step. And we start with mindfulness also, because if everybody's like, oh yeah, chakras, chakras, but if you can't concentrate, if you don't have the mindfulness, the chakra work will not yield very much fruit. Okay, so the first chapter of my course is mindfulness, and then we start going through each of the chakras, and it takes 3 months. So you get 2 lessons, and then you get a live with me, then the next 2 lessons, and then a live. So I'm there supporting you, and there's a forum and everything like that. So yeah, I do PayPal. So that was a great question. Sustainable, great question. So let me just see. Who else is here that has not checked in? Yeah, Amaya. Oh, thank you, Amaya. Thank you so much. So those are the main, like, 3 or 4 ways that you will know. If none of those are happening, then I would say probably then your third eye chakra is not opening. Sorry to tell you. Okay. So if you don't have any pain or throbbing occasionally at the third eye, and you're not meditating on it and focusing on it, okay, if your intuition isn't becoming like markedly better, you're knowing stuff that's going to happen, like not all the time, probably stuff you care about, you'll get flashes of insight, and the flashes of light. If you're not having any of those, then probably your chakra is just, and it's fine. You are not activating it, which is absolutely fine. There's no need to activate it um, unless you really want spiritual growth. And that's the reason really to work with the chakras, as well as on the practical level, they can help you with your life. So before I go, I also want to mention, I've got another comment. Hang on. Let me see if maybe I should go back to YouTube. Hold on to see the comments. See, it's better. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, freeform, check it out. Michaela. Oh, hi, Michaela. I took the course. I love it and highly recommend. Oh, thanks, sweetie. And a thing that I should mention, you get access to it for a full year. So I'm still tweaking. I'm actually going to be adding some more material to it in terms of herbs. Now, it is not an herbal course. It is focused on the chakras, different ways to work with the chakras step by step. Okay. So I'm going to be adding an herbal piece by an herbal expert. She's a friend of mine. She runs an herbal school, and she is writing specifically for each chakra what you can do. Okay. Again, some stuff, yeah, you can look up. If you want to piece together things free from here and from there, that's absolutely fine. You will sort of be working on your own. You won't have a step by step, and you won't have the support. So the course gives you support. It gives you clarity. It gives you, methods that work. And you're also investing in yourself, which tells your subconscious, oh, I'm serious about this, right? I bought this course. I'm serious about this. And so Michaela and everyone else in the course, you have it for a full year. Every live that I do during that year, you're invited to. That's actually a new thing. So you get to come live to, if another group is going through it, they started later than you can still attend. And at the end, you'll get everything in a PDF. The live videos will not be in the PDF because I don't want the live videos where people are talking to me. It may be personal. I don't want those out in the world. So you'll get all the material except the live recordings, because again, I want to keep that not just spreading out to everyone. Okay. But yeah, Michaela, I'm so happy to hear that. So it's self-study, the chakra course, but it has the live component, has a forum where your questions are answered. And also then you can join my Facebook group afterwards if you have more questions going on. Yeah. There's something I don't see people talking about that much, but does the opening of your third eye chakra give you headaches and hard time to sleep? Okay. No, that's a great question. That is a great question. Army Neverland. Yes. Okay. Gosh. All right. No super chats today, huh? All right. That's okay. That's okay. Last week, some folks were nice enough to do super chats to appreciate the time and the energy and all the content that I put on the channel, right? Which is absolutely free. So if you'd like to buy me a coffee, hit me up. I still got a couple more minutes. You can do a super chat. It's right below where you chat. You click on it and it gives you a bunch of options. All right. So that would be I would really appreciate that. I want to also mention the Money Mindset Magic, which is the only other program where you can work with me. Um, there's a couple of things actually I've got brewing, but this program is for women who are wanting to increase their abundance. I've got the testimonials. We've run through it once, and many of the women are continuing. It's a mastermind. It's called Money Mindset Magic. We've had amazing breakthroughs from the women in that group. It's like a support group, a law of attraction group specifically for increasing your abundance. Okay. And just amazing things, and not just like cash money, but getting your dreams. One woman really recently, something she held for 7 years to move her acting career forward. She just recently had like this amazing manifestation of getting into a program on a scholarship. This is something she had wanted to do for 7 years. Okay. And in my program, she was able to manifest that. We have a lot of tools to work with. So check that out if that is more your, your thing. So let's see. Let me go back. Yeah, because there was a question. And Eugenia Speaks must have left. Okay, it must not have been a pressing question, because Eugenia, I don't see where I was like, oh, tell me what the question is. Let's see. Ah, okay, Zdravinska. Yes, bye, Zdravinska. Yeah. That's late. Yes, no, you can have headaches and a hard time to sleep. Yes, because it's like it's overactive. And again, that's where we get into being grounded, having a good lifestyle, because yes, you could start having headaches. You could start feeling like so hyper and so like thoughts and images, and that, yeah, you have trouble sleeping. So yes, Army Neverland, that could absolutely happen. Yes. All right. I think we are going to wind it up now. I've been on for 45 minutes, and hopefully this will be great for folks in the replay, and you'll get your questions answered. Again, check out the chakra course if you're really serious about this. If you are, want to grow, want to move past blockages. If you do the course, I do not want you to buy the course and have it be shelf help. If you don't do the course, it's not going to do anything for you. This course is not just to be read, the one at my website, In the Flow of Magic. It is to be practiced. I would say you need an hour a week minimum to do the course, 1 hour out of the week to do your spiritual work. I would say better would be like 3 hours over, like broken up, like half hour, 45 minutes one day, half hour the next day, and you will see amazing results with it. So do check that out. I'd love to see you more and work with you more deeply. So I'm going to go now and enjoy the rest of the evening. I'm actually going to go out to dinner as some things kind of recede. Things are opening up a little bit. So I hope you have a beautiful week, all of you watching the replay as well. Stay blissed, stay blessed. Bye, Bliss Babes. Bye, Wisdom Women. Mwah. Be well. And I will see you in the next video.